this with global opportunities. They know your heart lies in your children's well being and they help them succeed with educational solutions. They also know that your health is your wealth. The insurance plans provide cover against life's uncertainties while serving as an investment tool. They know that you want to build a legacy for your children. They do that with protection and investment solutions. Your priorities get their priority. Let their team of experienced relationship managers and certified advisors support you with personalized solutions to meet your financial goals. Join Standard Chartered Priority Banking today. Call or SMS 0233 000650 or 0202 220478 or visit sc.com/gh/priority to learn more. Standard Chartered,
here for good. All right.
Hey, get into the Joy Sports Center.
Hey,
chaotic shouts.
Chaotic shouts.
Langa is reminding you that he sent you some chaotic shouts. You have to do it for him. But let me start with this one. It's a happy 8th birthday to a pearl that brought a smile to the entire family. Cheers to Jaron Jaden Mensah of East Airport International School Year 4 Moon. From your mom, Judy of NLA Corporate Affairs, to you.
All right, and we've got some chaotic shouts on Facebook this morning. Let's see who is celebrating the birthday. Shelby, Martina Alfonso, Kojo Bentum Williams, Albert Akboza, and Kwesi Tano. Happy birthday to you all. El Giorgio, which ones have you got?
I also have one here. It's happy birthday to Sophia Okang. You don't know Roslyn Amwalanga.
Okay, this one says, happy birthday to the beautiful, loving, caring, and generous Mrs. Vivian Fianco of NAPEV Limited. Love you loads, Auntie. And this is from Abba. God bless you. Happy birthday.
All right,
so
we can dive into it, shall we?
And
let's do that.
Let's get into the Joy Sports Center. And coming up this morning,
Robertson arrives into it with the ball, plays it into Jota. Oh, lovely turn from Jota, shoots! Oh, brilliant goal! Fantastic!
This is promising for Chelsea down the left. Mount, low ball in, goal! Brilliant finish from Ziyech on his left foot. That happened in a flash, and Chelsea ahead. And as it stands, they go back to the top of the Premier League.
yes, Chelsea remained on the top of the Premier League after being given a scare in the victory at Watford. Liverpool, Manchester City kept the chase with wins, and we have a full review of what happened last night, plus a preview to tonight's English Premier League fixtures. Also ahead.
With the return game, I've learned a lot from the work game. So strategically, we need to strategize, go for the next match. We will do our maximum best to qualify.
Hearts of Oak head coach Samuel Boadu and his men are looking to learn from the heavy defeat to WAC in the CAF Champions League as they head to Algeria for the second leg CAF Confederations Cup playoff game against GS Sawura. We have news from the camp ahead, but first, just when we thought Matabisa's issues with the Ghana Athletics Association were over, following her apology letter and subsequent acceptance by the sports governing body, Guardian Kweku Nimako has launched a fresh attack on the National Sports Authority. According to Nimako, the apology letter we all saw, signed by the Youth Olympics gold medalist, was not written by her, but rather the NSA boss, Peter Chumasi. Now, he claims she was also forced to sign. Listen.
I am stating on record, say, according to Matabisa, the letter was written for her. And this is what Tumesi told us, that he was going to write a letter through the National Sports Authority. Yes, because I have the evidence. We took matter to your office. We are quite noble people. We didn't tell you matter was hungry. We didn't tell you matter needed any money. Letter was written by the NSA. And then the surprise thing about this is that when the letter came out and it was unsigned, we got in touch with Professor Chumesi. Some journalists started calling him. On record, he said he knows nothing about this letter. There's no existence of this letter. That was on Friday. On Monday, now letter number out. You see, so the man did not act well. You don't know the issue. The girl is telling you the issue. She's backing with evidence. And you are still forcing the girl to, that you are going to write a letter for the girl to sign. This is unacceptable in our sport.
Yes, we'll just keep our tabs on this one. This is really, really interesting with this twist because we all saw the letter Matabisa had signed. Now, we'll get into that, obviously, for you here at Joy Sports. And we have to do more because we're still nowhere close to knowing FIFA's verdict on the complaint lodged by the South Africa Football Federation or Association against Ghana with regards to the World Cup qualifier played in Cape Coast last month. Now, Safa say they were handed a raw deal in the clash at the Cape Coast Stadium where Ghana emerged victors, thanks to Andre Ayew's decisive goal coming via that controversial penalty. Many pundits have waded in the debate. Former Black Stars captain Asamoah Gyan and Black Stars right back Andy Adam have all described the penalty as soft, but Vice President of the Sports Writers Association of Ghana, Maurice Kwanzaa, has a different view.
I don't understand what he means by it's soft. It's either a penalty or no penalty. Sometimes you hear people, including colleagues, say, oh, this one, the thing was seemingly offside. You are either onside or offside. There's no such thing as seemingly offside. Whether something was soft, a tackle or was soft, is at the discretion of the referee. We can disagree with them, but it's at their discretion, and very often their decisions stand.
Former Communications Director of the Ghana Football Association, Sani Dara, says the protest has no merit.
This will amount to nothing. FIFA has something called the early warning system. It's a system that looks at the odds of most of the betting companies in the world. And let's say closer to a match, if there are particular betting patterns and there are large stakes, they will give a warning. FIFA itself will give a warning that this match is under risk of being manipulated. So they will stop the match. They will call for the match to be stopped. If it is not stopped and the match kicks off, the match will be investigated automatically by FIFA. In this case, there's nothing like that. There was nothing like that. It's SAFA who making this point, but they've not provided any evidence whatsoever to back their claims. Betting on every match spikes. But if there's, let's say, a predicted scoreline, let's say 3-1, and it is being betted across the world with large amounts of money, that is when people will say there's a suspicious betting pattern. I will be very, very, very surprised that FIFA would ask that the match be replayed.
Yes. Joy Sports can exclusively reveal then that the McDan Group is set to announce or to be announced as the official sponsor of Accra Great Olympics in a deal with a value of 5 million Ghana cedis. Now, this is expected to spur on the Dade Boys who finished it last season. So then, what are the details of this deal? Here's Nathaniel Atto.
Well, George, this comes as very great news for the Dade Boys, who almost finished in the top 4 last season. Now, McDan Group, who have been known for making major interventions in sports, including organizing the biggest tennis tournament, which is the McDan ITF Open, and, constructing the McDan Latam Park, which is the biggest AstroTurf that we have in the country at the moment, looking forward to sealing this deal, which will run over a period of 3 years. Now, this deal, which, as I mentioned, will be announced tomorrow morning, will have Accra Great Olympics pick up a cash value of $100,000. Now, $50,000 will be advanced immediately, and then sometime in January, they'll receive $30,000 cash. After that, the amount of $20,000 will be deducted for the use of the McDan Latam Park as the training ground. Now, the interesting catch here as well is that if they win the Ghana Premier League, then they will be given a handsome reward of $100,000. If they win the FA Cup, they'll receive $20,000. And then added to that, if they're able to go all the way to win, qualify and win the CAF Champions League, then the McDan Group is promising them to build a $10 million worth stadium facility.
Let's move to their regional rivals then, from Great Olympics to Accra Hartsville, because they are expected to arrive in Algeria in some 24 hours after embarking on the journey yesterday ahead of their second leg CAF Confederations Cup playoff game against JS Saoura. Head coach Samuel Boadu named the 23-month squad, which includes midfielder Salif Ibrahim, who passed the late fitness test. Hearts of Oak head into this tie with a 2-goal advantage and are bent on securing qualification to the group stage of the CAF of the CAF Confederations Cup. I must say that, really. It's a good time to hear from the Accra Hartsville captain, Fatah Mohammed.
Yeah, we are qualifying. We'll be qualifying on Sunday. And the chances that we are getting that we can score, day in, day out, we are working out in the training grounds. We are doing everything possible so that when the chances come, so that we can able to bear it. The difference is about hard working, determination, and the focus. Because when we are going away, like the way we are going away, we have to get 100% concentration, focus, and work hard.
Fatah Mohammed is captain of Accra Hearts of Oak. Then now, a little reminder of what happened in Morocco not long ago. Hearts lost by 6 goals to 1 to Wydad Athletic Club. despite having a 1-0 advantage as well. Coach Samuel Wedu is desperate to prevent a repeat of that in Algeria.
With the return game, I've learned a lot from the WAC game. So strategically, we need to strategize, go for this match, the next match. We will do our maximum best to qualify.
Let's talk the English Premier League right now. We saw some great games last night. Fans in trouble, games being suspended, and later, being restarted and all. So let's start from the Merseyside derby, because Liverpool increased the scrutiny on former manager Rafael Benitez as they cruised to an easy Merseyside derby. It was a 4-1 win over Everton at the Goodison Park. Now, Jurgen Klopp's side had won only once in their previous 9 visits to Everton, but that blistering start put them in cruise control as Jordan Henderson scored, but the composed finished after 9 minutes before setting Mohamed Salah clear to beat Jordan Pickford 10 minutes later. It's a good time to hear from the former Everton midfielder Alan Parton, who was at the Goodison Park, and says Liverpool were simply too good on the night.
It was a good performance from Liverpool. Everton had an opportunity to get back in the game, obviously at 2-1. They couldn't really do anything after that. I think just the sheer quality of Liverpool shone through, and it was always going to be an uphill battle for Everton on the night.
Well, we can now hear from the Liverpool boss, Jurgen Klopp.
A really good game of my team, very mature performance, very grown-up performance, much better than in the years before, especially here at Goodison. And we gave a little bit of the game out of our hands. It was not necessary when they scored the goal. We got a bit carried away, we were much too open in that moment. But it can happen when you're that superior. In moments, we have to force ourselves to stay concentrated in this moment. But all over. A really good game.
Yeah, really good game. Chelsea were lucky to remain at the top of the Premier League after being given a scare in the victory at Watford. According to boss Thomas Tuchel, the underpower Blues needed a goal from substitute Hakim Ziyech to edge out the hosts after the Hornets forward Emmanuel Dennis had cancelled out Mason Mount's opener. Here's Tuchel.
That's not us. I thought that's not us. We were absolutely not ready today for this match, so I missed maybe to find the right approach. To make my team ready, because we did not look ready. We had a lot of changes, I admit that, but we had too many faults, and it did not get better. So the only thing we could do, hang in there and focus on the easy things, which we did twice at least, show quality and score, and it was a lucky win.
Let's talk about Manchester City, because their manager Pep Guardiola believes they are very much up for the title challenge after Bernardo Silva's stunning goal helped them beat Aston Villa 2-1 and inflict Steven Gerrard's first Premier League defeat as manager. Look, it's a good time then, because I have to remind you that it was a 4th league win in a row for Pep Guardiola's side. They're really, really coming up with some power, with a great December to come. But with a wrap of the rest of the English Premier League action, of course, what happened in Europe last night, here's Andy Bowell.
Well, 4th place West Ham United were held 1-1 by Brighton and Hove Albion. Thomas Souček's goal for the home side was cancelled out by Neil Maupay's equaliser for Brighton on 89 minutes. Southampton and Leicester City drew 2-2. Jan Bednarek and Che Adams for the Saints. Johnny Evans and Neil Maddison for the Foxes. James Maddison for the Foxes. And it finished goalless at Molineux between Wolverhampton Wanderers and Burnley. Well, in Spain's La Liga, Real Madrid have opened up a 7-point lead at the top of the table tonight. That was thanks to a 1-0 success over Athletic Bilbao. Karim Benzema scored the only goal of the game there on 40 minutes. In Italy's Serie A, Napoli are still top after drawing 2-2 at Sassuolo, but the gap is down to a single point following AC Milan's 3-0 victory at Genoa, with third place Inter Milan a further point back. Inter defeating Spezia 2-0 at home. Bologna beat Roma 1-0. And the French league pace setters Paris Saint-Germain were held 0-0 by Nice. PSG's lead at the top is 12 points. Olympique Marseille up to second with a 1-0 success over Nantes.
And yes, Winston, can I tell you about the games to come tonight then? I'm sure you know about one. You've been talking about it. There's Manchester United versus Arsenal to come. Hey, there's Spurs versus Brentford as well to come. That'll take place at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. In the Serie A, we got Torino up against Empoli. We got Lazio up against Udinese. And we'll be looking forward to these games. So I think the attention very much tonight will be on Manchester United versus Arsenal. And like you know, we support Ghanaians. We want Ghanaians to do very well and that means that we are hopeful that Thomas Partey will have a very good game against Manchester
Okay.
United.
He plays for Arsenal, eh?
Don't you know?
Thomas Partey. So you want him to win?
No, we are being very
so why don't you support Arsenal then? Because you support Chelsea.
Yes, but
which Ghanaian plays for Chelsea?
A lot of Ghanaians play for Chelsea. Barbara is still a Chelsea. Chelsea player.
Is he part of the Chelsea team?
He's a Chelsea player.
Is he part of the Chelsea team?
Support the Ghanaian in this
is Barbara Man part of the
Thomas
Chelsea
Partey
team?
Versus Manchester United. Thank you very much. I'm out of here.
Yeah, we'll come here tomorrow. You will see what will happen. Thank you very much, George Addo Jr., for joining us with the Sports Center here on the Super Morning Show on Joy99.7 FM. And you can also be part of the show. Do you also support the Ghanaian at Arsenal, Thomas Partey? And thus would want to see Arsenal beat Manchester United. Why don't you join us on Twitter using the hashtag JoySMS? And this morning also we want you to tell us what your thoughts are about